Nerf gun meme review. All right, so first let's get into character here. I've been watching way too much AK content recently, which has somehow convinced me this would be a good idea. I've also been saving this bottle for a special occasion. Seems like, you know, to properly get into character, we're gonna need a little bit of a liquid courage for this one. If these memes are lost on you, then so be it. That's probably plenty. That's probably enough. All right, so 10 banned weapons too brutal for war. I think that death darts go without an introduction at this point. Nobody should be throwing thumbtacks on their darts. I think the only thing more concerning than the concept of these being too brutal for war is the 38,000 people who agreed with this sentiment. This one's kind of low effort, but I'll give it to the Photoshop job, right? I mean, me camping on top of the stairs. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. My brother, after realizing he has 5 times the ammo that I have. You underestimate my ammo. That one's not good. That one's not good. These are gonna get better if we do more of them. Nerf gun, small Nerf gun, big Nerf gun, Nerf gun that hurts really bad. You're not gonna have to worry about calling your hits in this Nerf battle. Free, take it or leave it. And it do be that way though. It really do be that way. Continuing our theme here of Nerf darts vanishing, we've got this dude just kind of piecing on out of there. And this is true, like this is the whole business model of Hasbro, right? Is like sell them crappy blasters and darts that are inaccurate so that when the darts whirly bird off into the woods, they have to come back and buy our ridiculously overinflated ammo reload kits. That's the highest profit margin item on the shelf. It's the Rage Face comics for me. This is just pretty good. Another classic, right? Like, it's all fun and games until you gotta pick up the darts. This, of course, is a double meme, both factoring in the oh man of having to pick up all the darts, and also the Nerf nuke just constantly tantalizing us with its unattainable goodies. This one's good. This one's good. I have lots of questions. I feel like these men are both Australian. Don't ask me why. I'm getting some real Aussie vibes from this one. I like how the dad's in that cabinet. I don't know how he fit in that cabinet. He also looks like a pretty old bloke to be, you know, he climbed over a toaster presumably to get in there. He's a brave dude. Oh look, if it isn't the consequences of his own actions. If you've ever been to a Nerf war that's like an all ages Nerf war, particularly like, so I was at one at a laser tag arena, and this seems like a meme. You'd be like, look at this hilarious kind of aside. This is not a meme. Children are made of rubber and they are crazy. So the laser tag arena was 2 stories, right? And this kid, I kid you not, like it immediately took his shoes off too and started climbing on things like conduit piping, all sorts of crazy stuff. But he did jump from like a ramp halfway up the second onto another player at one point. This is really, you know, art imitates life sometimes, guys. So I think the best thing about this one isn't that, I mean, like obviously like Little Man here is ready to go. This isn't even like really a Nerf meme because that's a super soaker, obviously. But Little Man's mean mugging it, and that's why it's funny. But I think the funnier thing about this is that it's posted by an actual like multi-billion-dollar company in the form of like Zuru X-Shot over here joking about like back to school season. Like Zuru's marketing has gotten much better recently. They're pretty brutal, no holds barred. Is that why he does it? Is it for the Asmar effect, guys? I don't know. So obviously this was pretty good. Classic meme. You must choose Nerf or nothing. I think the most surprising thing about this one is how many people these days are choosing the latter. So we can all empathize with this one. First off, I don't know enough about Power Rangers. I'm assuming, you know, the Red Ranger is in charge and he's explaining a plan in this scene, but this is pretty common. It's also a good reflection of the YouTube comment section. Whenever you have a video that goes wide beyond the Nerf hobby and you're like, this is my hobby, it's really important to me. And they're like, yeah, but like, why? Why do you do that? Aren't you an adult? Shouldn't you hurt your friends? Coop has a pretty good meme about that one. So in addition to JonTron just being a living meme, this one's pretty good. If you've built up a solid collection and you want to get more people into the hobby, everybody should be familiar with this one. Like this happens a lot when you're like, I have a blaster room. Door open, and then kids in particular are the best about it. Like whenever kids visit my workshop, they take one look at the wall with like the Lancer and like 30 other blasters on it, or even this wall is pretty good, and they are instantly like, whoa. I want to know how they did this, like how they got JonTron's Fro to pop up. This one's not even a meme. I mean, it is a meme. It's a living meme. These guys are the meme. Honestly, I included this one because I really want somebody to tell me where I can buy these hats. This looks like a good time. A rip rootin' tootin' good time. I want to know there's a story here that we're not privy to, where these lads all got together with their blasters and decided that this would be a fun way to spend their afternoon. I want to know what's leaning up against the fire pit. It looks like the fence is damaged. Like, there's a lot going on here that with no context. Like, this would be a good one. Caption this meme. Just caption contest. I'll give a gift card to my web store to the best caption in the comments down below for the cowboy hats holding random Nerf blasters. Look, if it isn't another instance of Hasbro being unoriginal and preying on the hobby. In reality, this name was probably planned out years in advance, but the irony is that I know what Hasbro's development cycle is, and the Jupiter was out before this would have been named, and Hasbro owns a Jupiter from Luke, so the question is like, how intentional was this? I think there's a good chance that this was on purpose, in which case, shame on you. This one's also not a traditional meme. It's just good. It's just good. This is a classic example of a Singapore team building exercise called Use Your Buddy as Cover. It's good tactics, builds team coordination, trust between teammates. There's a lot to unpack here, lads. Who's your battle buddy? To get through this one, we're gonna need, I can't believe, maybe this is how Brendan does this. Droop 772. This shouldn't exist. This should not be on the internet. What's up, guys? It's Dude Bros. Next. So this one's actually pretty good just because I was there. I was there when it was written. We were all out to lunch. We were having a pretty good time. Chelo loves meat. I think this is just the face that he makes when overwhelmed with, you know, collagen sweats. Boy put down a lot of barbecue. So like that's the face of, I'm about to have a good time. What a face. So the best thing about this one isn't the obvious, like, male-dominated hobby. It's that this one comes to us virtue of, like, a crazy New York Nerfer named Van. And if anybody would be the expert on this, it would be Van. The best thing about this one, though, is how defensive people got about it. Like, most of these, they get posted, Nerfers are like, that's a good joke. This one, 200 comments of people being like, I have a girlfriend. No. I have a wife. Well, I have children to prove it. Guys, if you have to scream on the internet about how they're your kids, who are you trying to convince, right? That's the neat part. You don't. This one's kind of painful for me, honestly. Like, I have a lot of space in my house that's just completely consumed by Nerf blasters. My entire attic is Nerf blasters. If my house ever caught on fire, I think it would burn for a week and probably contribute to the air pollution score of the city of Atlanta. Like, eventually you would think that you'd have one for everything, that you'd run out of, like, desire or need for new blasters. But the coolest thing about the hobby is how quickly it changes and, you know, how many new offerings there are constantly, and 3D printing has only made that, you know, an even faster collection kind of. If you have a collection mentality, this is going to be a dangerous place for you. This one's not like, the meme is that this is a real ad published by a retailer, clearly in Hong Kong or somewhere near there. And I just love, like, how disconnected did this little boy and the photographer have to be from reality? That they were like, yeah, man, you just hold the Nerf gun and smile. And he did neither of those things correctly. This is terrible. This kid probably makes more money than I do. He's literally trying to kill himself in product placement. And as bad as that is, the funniest part of this one to me is that the magazine publisher, like, multiple hands and multiple eyes had to see this picture before it was, you know, scrapbooked into the ad campaign. And everybody was like, yep, that's how you hold it. This was just good. If you haven't seen the Mark III ad yet, they are very tongue-in-cheek. And that's something that I really like about the competitor space right now, where the original, like, third-party companies, which at this point are acting more like first-party companies, have gotten really snarky with their marketing. And it's almost like Wendy's Twitter levels of, like, you love to see it. You hate to see it happen to Hasbro, but you love to see it happen for the entertainment value. Dark Zone Pro Mark III videos, like, bleeping itself and censoring itself. Meanwhile, you've got Hasbro screaming on every piece of packaging they can, like, please, don't judge us too hard, but we are the best. People don't think it be like it is, but it do. I wish we had a way to know that we were in the good old times when we were in them, right, lads? I posted this one up on my community tab, but the caption from Brett is the best, where he was like, to be fair, Nerf rival might have been a sea monster. In the spirit of like fair play, if you haven't seen Disney's Luca, I think that this one's free and it's actually just really, really wholesome. It's really good. Like for a kid who spent a lot of time in the Mediterranean, oh, it's so good. It's really, really good. You should give it a watch. I actually really liked this one specifically because I think that it captures the spirit of the hobby pretty well. This one's not mean. It's not even that funny. It's just like, it's pretty good. When she asked, like, why do you have all of these Nerf? Like, if you've been in this position where you're like a college HVZ player, you're lucky enough to introduce some young woman to your living space, and she's like, what do you need all of these for? This isn't what I thought you meant when you said you had lots of toys back at your apartment. This is good. This is good. And true to form, like, I think that we're very supportive of the hobby in this way. Like, if anybody's ever like, I don't know, I'm being picked on because I have all of these Nerf blasters, it's really easy to get a 100 comment thread going of like, you think you have a lot of Nerf blasters, like my wife's making me throw these 20 out this week. Girth dart do be girthy like that. I like this one because I can't think of anything that would scare whoever's in charge of marketing the Nerf Mega XL marketing campaign than a hashtag they have no control over using the word girth. Like, if we can get hashtag girth dart trending, that would be pretty funny. Professionally, that would be funny. Why do I feel like this one should be said in Skeletor's voice? Who are you? I'm a blaster that people are saying will kill HVZ. Do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down? That was a really bad Skeletor impression. I'm not proud of that one. This does happen all the time. People, anytime a new blaster comes out, particularly things that shoot any kind of like multi-ammo blaster. So in this case, I think we're talking about the new Aliens launch blaster, the pulse rifle. Nothing kills HVZ. Bad game designers and bad attitudes kill HVZ, but blasters aren't the problem. I don't know if I should. Classic meme. Meme. Ooh, that's a spicy one. So I think I like this one because there's layers to this one. We have non-slug blaster part files and then me trying to figure out how to orient them for the best print. And that's like just a common thing, like with any 3D printing file, figuring out how to orient them is fine. The meme here is that Slug makes it really easy to orient his files. It's very obvious since they're all designed to be printed with no supports. But the real meme here is just Salt Bae. I could make a 30-minute video about all the things that are wrong with Salt Bae. We could start with how he doesn't know how to cook, and we continue with how like self-indulgent a lot of his memes are and how wasteful a lot of his presentation is. But man, Salt Bae is like unironically probably my least, like, I don't think I would go so far as to say that I hate Salt Bae, but I would box him for fun. This is good. This is just wholesome. I just like this one. I wanted to include it because I liked it. I feel like I'm not gonna finish all of my whiskey. I've let him down. I've let Mr. AK down. All right, so we're gonna end on this one. This one's just funny. It came from Google. I think that to continue doing this, I need two things. I need you guys' support that you thought this was funny. I'm gonna keep wearing the backwards cap though. It's kind of comfy. I feel like a skater boy. Maybe Avril will finally notice me, but I'm okay. Anyway, I think we also need a higher quality of meme crop, so feel free to send those in over on, DM them to me on Instagram. I can be found on Instagram at Lord Drac, and I would be happy to get some original meme material in here that I could share with the audience. Hopefully this one does well. If you liked it, leave me a comment down below. If you didn't like it, just use the hashtag GirthDart wherever you feel like you can work that into the internet, because that is truly just an amusing concept to see if we could get that trending. But I think that's it. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Meme out.